Yeah, big, long, stands tall in the pocket, um, some dual threat ability. Has made some terrific plays with both his arms and his legs. Throws the ball well on the move. Um, and getting more and more comfortable. Uh, you know, they've uh, takes a lot of pressure the way those running backs run the football. It takes pressure off of them. They do a nice job of again complementing between Josh Van and their tight ends, their backs, and then again the quarterback that's learning on the fly. I've been really impressed with what they've been able to do with them.
Coach Sweeney was saying that Jake is probably leaning toward not coming back next year.
Yep.
Where is he mentally and physically, and how do you kind of guide him in that
Yeah,
process?
he's in a great place. He's in a lot better place than I was when I heard the news. Just got a good piece about him. He wants to go to grad school. He's got internships set up, and so he's got a good plan in place, and just has a piece about it. He's dealt with a lot of injuries between his hamstrings and breaking the arm and whatnot. So it is what it is for him. Proud of him. He's been a very committed guy, and you know, really has been as consistent as anybody that we've had as far as his mindset and his work ethic. So, been a great teammate, and again, easy to coach, and so just been proud of him. You know what he's been able to experience, won a national championship and conference championships, and he started some games and he's gotten some valuable playing time, made friendships, for lifetime, and created a lot of opportunity for himself through his hard work.
Brent, when you went back and watched tape, it seemed like you were kind of frustrated with some things after the game Saturday with how you played. But just what were your overall takeaways?
Yeah, I mean, super pleased, proud of our guys. Just fantastic effort in so many ways, and just again, a really good win against a really good opponent. And as far as game control, really had control of the game for really most of the game, whatever that means. You felt like that, but I also felt like we made it more interesting. Again, I talk about layups all the time, and it's coaching cliche to some degree, but I'm talking about being in a really good call, an advantageous call, but you still have to execute it. It has to be precision. You still got to line up, so to have good eyes, good technique, know where your help is, and a few times we're either in a too deep, or we're in a man under too deep, or we're in a vice call where we got the guy they want to throw the ball, we got him doubled, and we let him. You let the, I don't know, we just didn't do well. And when we should have a very strong advantage. Oh, they're going to run that play. Oh, let's call this then. And that doesn't happen a whole lot, but it happened probably 5 or 6 times, and we were on the wrong end of it on all of them, on some third downs I'm talking about. And so again, a couple of them led to some touchdowns where we should be off the field. So I give the opponent, always give them the credit when it's there. Like, man, they made a good play. They're in a good call. We're not in a good call. It's the exact opposite. And so disappointed from that standpoint, but fortunate that it wasn't a factor at the end of the day, in the game. But you just want to play a little cleaner this late in the year. And but you don't stay mad at them long, that's for sure. Not after that. That's just a very good win for a lot of reasons, from the timing, from execution, from the difficulty of the matchup. So they're a tough matchup for anybody offensively, when they're clicking on all cylinders. So.
With South Carolina's backs, it seems like White, Lloyd, and Harrison, they've got a pretty good group. What do you see there?
I love how they, as just a football junkie, I love how they run the ball. They run with attitude. They run with toughness. They run with desperation. They catch the ball well in space, run through trash, can really accelerate, and they can take the top off the defense. So those guys are playing really well and have been all year when they've been healthy. It's a really good complementary group.
Help us understand what Trey's been through this year, his injuries, and just everything he's had to deal with.
Yeah, what a tough guy. First and foremost, he's fearless, loves to play. He's a great teammate, great competitor. Uh, you know, physical and mental toughness is, he got all that. Doesn't have a lot of experience yet, and has a great foundation for the future. Obviously, it's been really tough on him, but I'm a guy that's instead of going to get the surgery, he wanted to find any way he could play and try to salvage the season. And so we tried to help him manage that, but obviously it became too much. He broke foot, 2 bad shoulders, and the guy kept playing, kept showing up every day, with a great attitude. And he wasn't showing up like he's doing anybody any favors. He was showing up with a hungry, tough, committed mindset. So appreciate him, and we'll get him healed up. Those guys will do a great job getting him all hemmed up and back to feeling better.
He went just about as far as you could go, right?
Yeah, that's for lack of a better word. He talk about emptying the tank. We literally had to drag him off the field. So just appreciate his toughness.
Body parts that aren't broken.
Yeah, not much. I don't know. He went through the gamut, that's for sure.
When you look at Tyler Davis's chase of A.T. Perry there, what does that say about a player when they're willing to go out?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we spend a lot. Coach Sweeney spends a lot of time as the head of our program. Never compromising effort. Not looking the other way. Not going to challenge the integrity of this program. Allowing a guy not to sell out. So I think it's, your best players have to buy into that. And when you get a guy like Tyler, who's one of our best players, doing that, I think it's just a great example for everybody. But it also, when weeks ago when somebody asked, what do you play for now? How do you keep your guys engaged or focused or buying in? I think that we don't have to. And you got guys like that. They do it for they're self-driven and self-motivated, and they play for pride, they play for toughness, they play for the love of the game, and as competitors. And but yeah, it's a great example for all of our young guys and old guys alike. And old guys that are still watching Clemson that have a vested interest in Clemson, they love to see that too. And that just shows you don't have to play perfect. Bad things are going to happen. How you respond is what it's all about, and that's responding the right way.
Brent, did you think that you might catch him actually?
I was literally mad at the moment of how he got to that point. I got 2 guys on that list, 2 guys on the list, and that's kind of where I was caught up. So I don't know if he was going to catch him. I really was watching the other 2 guys.
Brent, you've been part of a lot of intense rivalries. Where does this one kind of fit in among that? And did you miss it last year when you guys didn't play?
Yeah, sure. I mean, that's part of the Thanksgiving, and certainly in this state, it's a huge deal. And the alliance, one side or the other, the loyalty, the hate, all of that is very real. And so certainly missed it, and it's as intense and emotional and means as much as any rivalry in college football. So it's a big deal, and one that, again, as I'm sure you've heard, it's a whole season of its own.
Kind of piggyback off that, what was that like when you were first coming in and kind of learning about that rivalry and seeing it firsthand?
Yeah, it's great. Who doesn't love to get excited and prepared, for a very, very intense, emotional, game that means a lot to a lot of people. So the passion, you could feel it. So for me, it's an honor to be able to be involved with it. Not having grown up here, it didn't take me but a few minutes to figure that out. To be indoctrinated to it.
Any concerns that maybe you've got a couple of classes of a couple of groups who haven't even taken part in this yet?
No. they've been here, then they've been educated. So, any amount of time.
Brent, I don't know if this was just an offensive thing or Coach Sweeney did this with you guys as well, but Tony was talking about how he really challenged the staff last week going into the Wake Forest game to really, I guess, put together a great game plan and talent-wise you guys were better. Just what was that like?
Who, Coach Sweeney?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I mean, I think he does a great job of that every week. I mean, last week shouldn't mean any more than week 1 or UConn or anybody else. And I believe that. I'm not just saying that. I believe that with every fiber of my body. That's the only way you prepare and coach. And if you're doing it any other way, then, you got your own issues. So that's his job, and did a great job at it. And, but didn't change anything how we were doing anything. That's to me, that's should be who you are, but then that's his job, is to make sure that we're doing the best job that we can do. We're getting the most out of our players. We're putting them in a position to be successful. We have the accountability. Our players are playing with great effort, passion, precision, details, all those things. But last week's no different than any other week, in my opinion.
Any questions on Zoom for Coach?
Brent, this is Gene Sapikoff in Charleston. Where have you seen Jason Brown improve in the film that you've watched of him?
Well, it's just, making plays, throwing the ball on the move, just getting more comfortable. You don't have a lot of data to evaluate him. I know in high school he's the same guy that could hurt you with both his arms and his legs, and so the more he plays, the more comfortable he's getting and becoming. And the staff is learning ways to take advantage of his strengths, protect him from whatever weaknesses he might have, put him in position to be successful in their offense, to be successful. So, that's no different than me understanding Skowski or Spector and trying to play to their strengths. And I think they're doing a really good job. Again with being to the third team quarterback, that's a very difficult position for any staff to be in. I think they're doing a really nice job. And again, I think he's probably exceeding everyone's expectations because I like what I've seen from him.
And then Brent, you coach Tanner Muse. You're coaching against Nick Muse. I guess you know Mom and Dad pretty well. What can you say about the Muse family?
No, they're very loyal to the moment. So I know they're all Gamecocked up. Tanner gone, so I don't blame them. I would be too. I love their family, and it's a passionate, intense family. Those boys know how to play the game the right way. He's really become a really good player, both blocking, catching, plays with tremendous effort, great toughness, and he's got length and speed. So, he can create problems, but he's having a really nice year and has a really good career there.
Any other questions on Zoom? Anybody else here?
Coach Trenton's play, it just seems like that each week it's getting a little easier for him.
Yeah.
He's, slowing down. And as a linebackers coach, you must be loving what you're seeing.
Yeah, Trenton, and probably just mid-season, you started seeing a different, it's still incremental, but a different level of improvement and growth. Maybe it's just in conversation in the meeting room in front of his teammates, or maybe it's some of his leadership things at the end of practice with the group. Maybe it's just being more consistent, being detailed, not just with his position, but understanding, guys around him. And so knowing when to take your shots, all part of that growth and that maturation. So you have confidence in the moment, within the scheme, to be more aggressive because this is the time I can. And so he's played wide open. He's playing really good in coverage. He's doing a great job getting off of blocks and using his hands well, and finds the football. He's becoming just a more all-around player, and I really believe that we're still scratching the surface for him. And, you know, as we move forward, we'll find different ways to continue to, you know, complement his skill set. But I've been real proud of him. A lot of hard work has gone into it.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate
All
it.
right, you bet.